Hello, everyone. In this video, we're going to be going over how to read from the keyboard using in Mars using MIPS assembly. So for this, we need to use the keyboard and display simulator tool. To go there, you can go to the tools and click keyboard and display MMIO simulator with the MMIO standing for memory mapped IO. So as you can see here, um, uh, the address we're going to be looking at is 0xFFFF, and that's obviously going to be important to know for the sake of this program. So let's get started. Before we even get a character, we have to keep checking whether there's a character there. So that's what this subfunction is here for. So IsCharacterThere is a procedure to determine whether a character is present. So it's going to return a binary. So V0 is either going to return a 0, which means that there's no data, or it's going to return as a 1, in which that means the character is in the buffer. To start off with, we are looking at register 0xFFFF0000 using the load upper immediate instruction because that's all we need. And then we are getting the control. So we're loading in we're loading the word that is in T0, which was from our target address. We're going to perform a bitwise AND to determine whether that there is a character in the input. And at that point, we return. Because the result of V0 is going to be either 0 or 1. So from that, we use that function in the getCharacter function. So to start off with, we need to make room in the stack because we are calling other functions within getCharacter, namely IsCharacterThere. So we're going to store our return address in the stack, and we're going to start off with clearing V0. So we're going to first jump to our character check, which is down here. If there is no data in V0, then we return to getCharacter loop. Okay. So at that point, we jump and link to IsCharacterThere. So that again, that's going to return either a V0 being 0 or 1. So when we go back down to this branch if equal, if it's equal to 0, then we go back. But if not, we have a character in the address. So we're going to load the address. We're going to load the next word. We're going to, and then at that point, we're loading it into V0, right? So we're done. So we can restore the return address, readjust the stack pointer, and return. So it's quite simple how this is going. The main's going to call getCharacter. There's no inputs to pass in because our input is in the address. So we don't need to pass in any arguments for getCharacter. So all we need to do is initialize character to 0, which we're just going to use this temporary register T0. We're going to get the character. We're going to store that character into T0. So V0 is going to go into T0. And then remember our Syscall for printing characters is 11. We're going to pass in T0 as the argument. And we're going to print the character using Syscall. At that point, we're going to end the program. Remember, 10 is the Syscall code for exiting. Then we perform the Syscall to exit the program. So let's get started here. Before we get started, let's take a little look at the actual keyboard and display MMIO simulator. Again, we're only looking at the bottom here as the keyboard, not the display. So just direct your attention down here. We have 4 buttons. First of all, you have to be connected to MIPS to for this to work. I'll get to the reset in a second, and then the help gives some useful information. I recommend you take a look. And then close, we'll get to that in a second. So let us assemble and run. As you can see, the program is not ended yet. As you can see, there's nothing down here. And it's still playing because the assemble and play buttons are grayed out. So we go into the keyboard, and for example, enter a capital A. Immediately when we do that, the program finishes running. So in our keyboard and display MMIO simulator, we can reset it. We can also disconnect, and we can close it. So I hope this video was informative. Please feel free to comment if you have any questions. And otherwise, have a great day. Thank you for watching.